4, 3. We've got ignition. 2, 1. We've got RIP takeoff. Welcome to another live edition of the Self Love Show. Today we're covering why foundationally so-called Black Americans are turning to performance-enhancing drugs. Should we? Should we not? Are there holistic ways to do it? You are going to do it. Are there doctors who can help and nutritionists? Ways you can do it where it doesn't damage your body. Maybe it doesn't damage your body as much. Cost outweigh the benefits. We're going to talk about it. Any type of augmentation. We all automatically say we don't want to put that computer chip in our head, but will that leave us at a disadvantage? What if everybody else is on the juice and all the copper colored are walking around scrawny, getting sand kicked in your face? You like that? You like that? That's what we're unpacking here today. Please stand by. We got some laundry and we're going to share this link. Please share this link. We got some bills to pay. Shot-town, you can handle it on your ready. Please like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Why the copper colored are turning to PEDs.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
In entering upon this course of instruction, each of you should, so far as possible, lay aside for the time being all previous theories and beliefs. By so doing, you will be saved the trouble of trying all the way through the show to put, quote, new wine into old wineskins, end quote. Luke chapter 5, verse 37. If there's anything as we proceed which you don't understand or agree with, just let it lie passively in your mind until you have enjoyed the entire show. For many statements that would at first arouse antagonism and discussion will be cleared and easily accepted a little farther on. After the show is over, if you wish to return to your old beliefs and ways of living, you are at perfect liberty to do so. But for the time being, be willing to become as a little child, for said the Master in spiritual things, quote, except ye become as little children, ye shall in no wise enter into the kingdom of heaven, end quote. Matthew chapter 18, verse 3. If at times there seems to be repetition, please remember, the Self Love Show is a lesson, not a lecture.
We are, as they say, tangled in our anchor chain. Our financial systems are decades old. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
Right.
Brother,
I'm wiping it though. I'm gonna wipe it. I'm gonna wipe it. I'm gonna say, hey.
Tori's oldest brother, between us. Tori made me at Beta. And so, he just wanted to say a few words before we let you go here.
Okay. Yeah.
Brother Thomas, thank you so much for gracing us with your appearance, man. Grateful. You expanded our nation beyond belief. It's just a wonderful thing. And we would like to present you with the Self Love Show first annual Ernest Lee Thomas Achievement Award.
Oh man.
It's
Oh my
apropos
God.
that you are
Man,
the
don't
first
do that to
recipient.
me.
And nope, we call it the Raj.
We're gonna call it the rise.
Oh, I love it. Oh man.
Yeah, so we
Oh,
have it
God.
on order. You know, we so it's going to come here. We're going to show it to the show, and then myself or Tasia deliver it to you or ship it to you from there.
Thank you, brother.
Please like, share, subscribe. The Self Love Show starts in 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
And even in this instance, if I could be a service to a 9-year-old girl or a 19-year-old woman or girl who wants to be a woman, is to really remember that self-love is the best way that you can receive love from anybody else, because it's coming from you. A lot of times we forget that. We look externally for this love. We look externally for this feeling of validation and adoration and approval, and it has to come from within.
We start in 1 minute. Please like, share, subscribe.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Oh boy, that blue pill, you just wake up. It was just a nightmare.
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
You know, the red pill is the magic mushroom, probably. Allegedly. Those magic mushrooms, boy, you... I imagine you see the world for what it is. Yeah. Big ups to the magic mushrooms out there. Appreciate that, Chi-Town. Appreciate you. All right, y'all. We back in. You can kill it. We back in the building. Yes, sir. The Self Love Show. We live. We in living color. And kick it over here, baby pops. Welcome to the Self Love Show on This Ain't That Network, as we say, TATN. About to get into is LeBron juicing up? That's not the topic. We're teasing you with that. This is the co-host. But LeBron's people said Michael Jeffrey Jordan played in 82 games every season, so he must have been on the juice. So that's the spin. But this is co-host Nine Mills. All praise to the ancestors, the Most High, and my beloved Mama Sky. Tonight, we're unpacking a sensitive and critical issue. The reasons behind performance-enhancing drugs out there, more commonly referred to as PED, usage among foundational copper Americans. In the realm of athletics, PEDs have been a controversial subject with a complex array of factors influencing their usage. Athletes across the board have faced the temptation of PEDs. What's the allure? What about our community makes this issue particularly poignant? We're going to explore these multifaceted reasons that may contribute to this trend. Moreover, we're going to dive into the social forces at play, including peer pressure, societal norms, and the influences of immediate environment on an individual's choices. Stuff in that bag can't knock that hustle. Tune in as we start this conversation on why foundational copper Americans may be turning to PED usage out there. This is the Self Love Show, and this is the revolution. These are lessons, not lectures. We're live and live in color on Tuesday, March 19, 2024 at about 8:08 in the shot. And as always, you beautiful cats can be anywhere in this magnanimous universe, and thankfully, we all chose to be here together. Here. Together out there. Chi-Town, what down? Bear down. What down? Brother Word Smith, what you manifested today, bro?
Love, man. I'm manifesting love. What you manifesting?
Ditto, good brother. Pure, magnificent, unfiltered, unfeathered. Many have said harsh, some have said tough, but I can assure you it's self-love just the same, good brother.
No doubt.
Hey, so they moved off your boy Justin Fields. You got any banter on that before you hop into the topic?
Yeah, I'm disappointed, but I kind of felt they were going in that direction. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen.
Well, there's a whole narrative. Poles did right by Fields.
Actually,
right.
where he wanted to go.
Doing right by Fields would have been trading the pick, moving down, keeping Justin Fields and letting him drive the car that's been fixed. You know what I mean? Doing right by Fields would have been when you got there, self-love, saying, hey, listen, fella, listen. You know what I mean? We're going to strip this old team, and we're better off trading you now for a 2 or 3. You know what I mean? And it's better for you. But let him sacrifice his body and everything and get right to the point where he's got all the pieces around him, you know what I mean? He's ready to play good football and everything, and ship him off like last week's meat. But then you got a halter top.
Well, I mean,
you got a halter top. He's gonna make you forget about him.
Yeah,
Caleb.
The thing is,
he wears a halter top.
I think they. Oh yeah, well I don't care about any of that.
Cries in his mom's laps, but he wanted to win. Go ahead. At 22 years old.
Yeah,
Go ahead. You don't care. Go ahead. You were saying I don't care
about that.
Sorry about that.
Justin is going to a better organization. So hopefully that works out for him. Hopefully.
A better organization, says who they keep talking about. It's a foundation organization. Hell, there's no organization more foundational than our beloved BS. Okay.
That's true, but the organization has screwed us time and time again, and may have just screwed us by trading Justin. So
now I know you were on record saying, you'll mess around, not watch the Bears, and I know how that goes. But let me ask you this, because I've been saying two things. They better draft halter top, A, and at this point, and B, they better win 10, 11 games next season.
Yeah, they better be in the playoffs this goddamn season.
Man,
it off for him.
Man.
Because we could have easily won 10, 11 games last year.
I'll tell you what, Poles, he can't do everything I want him to do, and I am on record as saying I trust Poles. It feels very hypocritical to now feel like, you know what I mean, I don't trust him. I trusted him before this move. I said I trust him no matter what decision he made. I was wrong. I don't trust him. Roquan left with a very bitter taste in his mouth.
They traded him. He traded a 19 sack dude. They traded he got rid of everybody.
You know what I mean?
And then told
Justin, and then told your boy,
gonna do right.
Imagine that's you're saying, yeah, we got you. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
We're gonna do right by
Let you go for a 6, so now you're devalued. You know what I mean? They could have kept him, bro. I would have kept him, and I would have let Halter Top get acclimated in the city. I would have let Justin play out this last season, and then he would have been a free agent. You just don't pick up his option. You know what I mean? And then you'd have known everything you had in Halter Top, Yeah, I know you say all his other stuff don't matter, but if he's in Boys Town and he's bum up, they found him bum up in Boys Town on a Sunday morning, Saturday night, then you're going to be like, I don't care if he shows up and throws for 4 touchdowns. And I might feel that way too. That's how I was about Dennis Rodman. You know what I mean? I tell you what, though.
What these people do in their personal lives, it really doesn't concern me.
That kid's special. On the football field, bro, like
that's all I care about. In between those lines and all of that.
If you know the stuff, I'd be like,
hopefully I don't see no fingernail polish during the game.
I mean, like you said, I'm tongue in cheek. But some of those stuff you heard me saying that they should have been coaching into Justin, maybe they have, and maybe he just couldn't. That natural Steve Young had it. That natural, look at you. That little wiggle.
He did it a few times. He started doing it towards the end.
But yeah.
But one thing about him, he's so damn fast, he don't have to do that a lot of times.
But if he would, because this makes slow people fast, because the defense has to change direction.
Respect that.
Yeah, it puts him in the sands. And then he
respect that.
Yeah. Yeah, he was letting people line him up. And like you said, he's so fast. And sometimes if they barely nip his leg, and if he'd have just that guy, we did it on the basketball court. He come to the
man. I forgot that I used to really. I forgot that lately when I've been playing, I my mind picked it back up. I used to go down the lane and be like,
yes. So,
the ball in both directions.
Hey, and faking to ghost.
Yes.
That doesn't even have to be a cutter. Yeah. Doesn't even have to be a cutter. Or standing on outside the 3-point line and pump faking a ghost. Directing ghost. And then, getting it to your boy right there where you wanted to get him to.
You used to come down and just look like you're about to set up the offense and run the offense and set it up and eat. Whoop. Didn't think I was going to shoot that, huh?
Yeah, that's because because I wouldn't.
Oh,
I was okay going 70% of the game, just pumping that ball to you and Ace, you know what I mean? And then they'd be like, I don't know. Whoever was guarding me, just they had to get off me.
Yeah, sometimes they
had to.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Yeah. Remember Self coming in, look around.
Yeah, no,
just get a layup. Nobody move. Just lay it up. That's respect.
The pass out there.
Well, they had made a decision. Stay at home. They had told everybody in those huddles, didn't they? So stay at home. Make Neil shoot. Make him go to the basket. Damn, give him a layup. All right. Some respect. All right, big up. So speaking of PEDs, can you imagine Self, had we juiced it up out there? And you imagine if we had got a hold of some Balco. They've been calling your boy LeBron LeBalco.
LeBalco?
Yeah, they call him LeBalco. You like that?
That's funny.
His team hasn't said anything. The only thing they've said is, Jordan played 5 straight years. It was the doofus, Gilbert Arenas. Yeah. Jordan played 5 years, so it's like saying he was on PEDs. 82 straight games for whatever.
This motherfucker's played 21 straight years. Yeah. How do you compare that?
Yeah.
And load managed.
It's Gilbert Arenas. Every time he opens his mouth, All right, why?
He talks so the way he talks, you forget how good a player he actually was.
Whatever.
I had to watch some highlights. I was like, oh, that's right.
Yeah. He's a gun-packing, gun-toting pookie. And that guy didn't play no defense. He was one of the guys who led to the desecration of the game that I love so much, running around there shooting and getting paid $100 and $200 million, not respecting the veterans and thinking he was one of those, thinking he was better than everybody. And he still disrespects the game. He said he's over the 90s. He says all types of nonsense.
Yeah,
he's a troll, but he's just trying to get clicks, so like Stephen A. So. All right. So, yeah. All right. We're going to get on topic. Y'all know we always close it out with Wordsmith's final words out there. You got any announcements, brother? Yeah.
Yeah. Not
The
exactly.
House Music Fest, the House Music
Yeah.
Glamp Fest is going down.
It's going to happen.
That's right. The House Music Glamp Fest.
It's going to be a name change, and it's not been put in place.
Sponsored by Midwest
Festivals is having our event.
Yeah, second annual House Music Glamping Festival is still going down. That's right.
It's going to be a great time.
All right. All right. If there's anybody out there who might have done some PED or some human growth hormones or competed somebody, because we had Tim Simon out there, could have made it to the Olympics out there, and who knows what would have happened. And he definitely would have gold medaled on that relay team out there that with the hurdles and stuff. Yoda Tim Simon, thanks to Ben Johnson and him juicing it up. How to put a football in that guy's hand. I used to say it then, Self. You probably remember. Ben Johnson? I knew he was on the juice. Yeah, to put a football in.
Ben Johnson was Canadian, right?
Yeah, he's a black Canadian. Yeah. He's a black Canadian. Oh, yeah, remember that was the dude?
It was an American dude that decided to run the 400. Michael.
That took Tim's spot?
Yeah.
It wasn't Ben Johnson?
Ben Johnson's Canadian.
Oh. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Was it Ben Johnson?
Yeah,
Ben
Johnson was running against Carl Lewis. I don't think he was still running either. It was
well, they say both of them were juicing.
Yeah, the 200.
Carl Lewis had acne and he was 30 years old, 35 years old. He had acne.
And he had braces like 3 times or some shit.
What do you mean? Your teeth fall out? Well, they didn't have the science they got now.
They move. You had braces and you had them. You use the juice or what have you.
Your bones is growing and
it moves. At least that's what they say, allegedly.
Yeah, you're right. It couldn't have been Ben Johnson.
Michael Johnson?
That's it. Michael Johnson. Yeah. I've been saying Ben Johnson. I think it was Ben Johnson. Were they both on juice?
I don't know if Michael Johnson was ever on juice.
I
just know he came in and took his spot.
Yeah, one of them tested later.
I know Ben Johnson.
No, one of the on the U.S. Olympic team.
Oh.
Later tested positive, and that ultimately was Tim's spot. Because Tim missed the trials by one person.
No, he was in there, and then they decided to let the other dude run, Michael Johnson.
Okay.
I don't think Michael Johnson ran for the spot.
I'm gonna text Mark Daniels. He'll clear it up.
Yeah. Yeah, because it seems like that's what I remember, but What year is that? The 92? Yeah, it had to be.
Mm-hmm.
No, alternate. Can't remember. But it was always people juicing. There's been people juicing.
True that. All right. Yeah, so if y'all know anybody or if y'all use PED, let us know in the chat. We want to hear from you. Any athletes out there? I mean, this affects, like when you see some of the data we're going to present, anybody who has a child that you've been working on in a given sport, You're almost selling your child short by not giving them the juice. I'm just going to say that. Now you're going to look at me and say, obviously, you don't have any kids. I'm just saying, when you start seeing the data, somebody has to do something about something, because either way, it's not fair. Either your child doesn't really have a chance at success, all right? Okay. Well, they got a chance, because it's not all of them. So they can break through, but it lowers their chance by a huge percentage. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So,
Doesn't it also lower life expectancy?
yeah, well, I mean, we're talking about generational income here. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about, getting the family off the plantation for, thousands and thousands of years. We're talking about the dollar maintaining its value for at least another 10, 20 million years. The paper dollar, the U.S. dollar. It's back.
Yes, paper dollars out of
The
there.
greenback.
Back by what? It's
It's
not
the
a greenback.
It's backed by the
Not
green.
a greenback.
Well, that's what you call it.
No,
That's what they call it.
No.
They used to call it the greenback.
No, they call the money that the United States printed up.
Yeah,
Greenbacks, not this stuff.
this note.
Yeah, this note.
Yeah,
The greenbacks actually were backed by gold.
So, do you know that's literally, and it was invented in the Black community, you guys? Okay, I only mentioned we invented franchising chicken, but the IOU. Once they saw we were doing that in the community, go down there and you write down a piece of paper and the IOU. You go down there and tell Mr. Cobles at the corner store he was black. He wasn't Indian or some sort of Arab. Give me a pack of cigarettes and gallon of milk and some eggs out there and some cheese out there so the kids could eat. And IOU, and then you get IOU. That's all that the current dollar bill is. So it was
Right.
an IOU.
Yeah,
But it's losing value because what?
They're just printing it.
And
out of
inflation, they're
control.
printing it, and interest.
That's what the inflation is. Them printing it. It loses its value.
Yeah.
It's not backed by anything.
Yeah, but you got to work. If it loses value, just work harder. Work more hours. And if your family work, get your kids work. Yeah, the kids should be working at 13. When they were on the farms, we had them out there at 11, 12 years old. Working on the farms.
Business
for the family. They were working for the family.
Right. If you got your own business, they can
now we got to get
now.
them slaving a big corporate, like Boeing or something.
No, they can work in your family business.
I like the way you think, actually.
13 and you can pay them up to like $16,500 or something like that without paying any taxes on it. You don't pay taxes on it, and they don't pay taxes on it.
Yeah, enough of my nonsense. Yeah,
let's quench Self Luv Nation's
thirst. No, you got to handle your business. We're a long way from that. A long way from
welcome,
it. Feels like we're there.
Welcome. As y'all know, it's the Self Luv Show. Today we're unpacking the PEDs in the so-called Black community.
Yeah, I'm going to argue that, at some point, we're going to be dumb not to use them. Are we there now yet? But go ahead. My bad. I'm going to argue.
Yeah, I know. I see. But if they're dangerous, then, might have to let Caesar have their lion cage, their lion stage. I don't know.
Yeah, if you want to be a wimp,
today we're going to unpack
you want to be a wimp for 85 years on Earth, getting sand kicked in your face, and I could be a bully for 50 years. Then
no, that don't mean you get bullied or any of that. PEDs don't make you a bully or make you be able to bully me. I don't care about that. It's all kinds of things that can stop a bully.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know how that goes. When you hit them in their mouth, or you pew. Stops the bullying. It's all right there. That's all the physicalness. Well, today we're going to unpack why FBAs are turning to PEDs. As always, we have a very important video for you to watch. Deep silverback more growth and development platform, which we are building Self Love Nation off of. But as always, we have the Self Love Show quote of the day. Performance enhancing drugs are an illusion. I wish I had never gotten involved with steroids. It was wrong. It was stupid. Performance enhancing drugs are an illusion. I wish I had never gotten involved with steroids. It was wrong. It was stupid. Mr. Mark Aguirre.
Wait. You're going to tell me some poor and stupid Pookie, he might be on the low end somewhere himself, and he's actually smart. He's going to make that sacrifice instead of, being a gang member or whatever. He's making the other sacrifice. And if he's on that shit, and your family might not know he's on it, but he starts seeing the rewards, and he's going to college, and then now he's getting a big check, and he moved the family out of the Jets. And we'll get there. I'm just saying, somebody's got to be devil's advocate. We're voting on the lesser of two evils.
There are people that's done that, and they are, early grade.
Yeah, Alex Rodriguez. He on Shark Tank. He rich.
He's out early grade. He's not even die.
That's my point. He's rich.
Silverback more growth and development platform. Number 1, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silverback. Number 2, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. And 3, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influence. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, to close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen.
Yeah, I would text him directly, but Dr. Simon's got a flip phone.
Number 10, protect our women, children, and men by any and all means necessary.
You see the difference between Chicago and Cali? Look at my golden tan self here in March. You're high yellow. You know what I mean? Look at that. I'm out here looking like an Egyptian prince. You know what I mean?
60 degrees today. And you're darker than me in the winter anyway. Summer, winter, fall. You're darker than me. Man. We're in the same climate.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, but what he said. And if you guys missed last week's show, we extended the 187 bars. It was volume number F12, featuring the late Mo 3 Unpacked.
Yeah, man. I advise you to go check it out. Check it out. I learned a lot.
Outside of some blogs on YouTube, though, you really start to wonder if Mo 3 was a spook or a plan or something. There's nothing on him, Self.
Yeah. He was about to. It's a lot of people when they're about to really high profile. They're right on the cusp.
Kind of like Blood Money.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was going to blow that big, but it seemed like he was.
Like Vaughn.
Yeah, Vaughn was definitely about to go to the moon.
Dolph was.
Yeah, even on some mogul stuff. He was setting up businesses.
Already, he was
building entrepreneurs and making money off them and stuff outside of music. Yeah.
Check it out, y'all.
Stop the killing out there, huh?
Please.
Yeah.
Well, some of these aren't, just normal killings. They're
retaliations and stuff.
And spook.
Yeah.
Done. And spooks. They're still trying to stop the Black Messiah.
Yep. Well, not the black Messiah. Copper color.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they called it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm just using their language.
Yeah. But yeah, they've been looking for that.
Yeah.
You're looking for Neo.
Yeah.
Yep. And they'll be happy if we kill him off ourselves. They don't care how he dies ourselves.
Not at all.
What if Neo is some sort of misgender? I think the Matrix prediction, the Matrix number 5, Neo is going to be not a misgender, a they, them. You're going to go through the whole movie and it's going to be that, you know. Are they coming?
Sure.
Who coming? Them? They? You're talking about the whole army? No. They. You know what I mean?
That'd be hilarious.
Wouldn't that be great?
You need to write that down.
Yeah.
The who's on first joke?
Yeah. They.
With they and them. And
How many of them was it? You know, you're in a court of law self trying to give a testimony, but you've sworn to tell the truth. I am. Well, who was it? But you said it was only one person. It was. Well, who was it? It was they. They, them. Them, right over there. All of them? Wait a minute. He's pointing at the jury. No, I'm pointing at them. You know what I mean? Yeah? Son of a bitch. You know what I mean? But I'm the bad guy. And he point the finger at guys like me and Dave Chappelle and say, we're the assholes. And we're talking about 0.000001%. We're talking about a fractal. All fractals deserve rights. And you know we fight for all fractal rights, Elpa. Come on. 0.0000.3%. You know what I mean? Big ups to all of them. I mean, I don't know how this works. All right.
I don't either. That's why I don't even talk about
Get involved. You have to. You can't be insensitive out here.
Well, I can say their name. I can call them by their name.
Yep.
Then it eliminates all of that. That's the best way I can do.
Yeah.
Because
their names should be okay. So if I'm they, them, right? I shouldn't be 9. I should be 9s. And I'm going to talk to the LBGQ plus QR, and I'm going to suggest this to them on their website. If this is a they, them, because who makes these decisions? It's got to be some jackass sitting back, you know what I mean? So those are they, them. And that's a them. So what you know what I mean? You know it is a jackass. So I'm going to sit back there. It's probably the Baphomet. I'm going to sit back there. I'm going to email the Baphomet, and I'm going to say, hey, listen, if it's a they, them, their name should be plural.
Cat Williams said was the first transgender.
The Baphomet? Yeah. That's why he was what? Kicked out of some sort of hermaphrodite.
He said, and then everybody started calling the greatest the GOAT. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Yep.
Didn't think about that.
Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. Let's push on. All right. Gotta push on. Check out last week's show if you haven't seen it. I don't think we're doing tattoo tearing. We just got a general thing. Big ups to production. We want to unpack that. Big ups to CNN. They're probably going to ding us because this ain't CNN, but this is TATN. But the video's from CNN, and this is fair use, damn it.
Fair use, damn it.
Yeah, we're unpacking it. One of us will stay on the screen so we can,
Scientists after he deliberately got more than 200 COVID-19 vaccinations.
Yeah.
217 to be exact, over 2.5 years.
You like
That's
that?
a shot every 4 days, roughly. CNN health reporter Meg Terrell is here to explain more. Meg, this guy sort of became a voluntary science experiment.
Yeah, Boris, they call this guy a vaccinated individual, and researchers sort of found out about it through media reports as he was already more than 200 shots into this self-experiment he was doing, and they asked if they could study him. He was actually being investigated by the authorities in Germany for potential fraud. They suspected maybe he was trying to sell vaccination cards, but no.
How you gonna sell cards? Oh, cards.
Now,
Okay.
this guy is 62 years old. As you said, 217
every
COVID-19
4
vaccinations
days.
within the span of 29 months. If you look at the pattern of some of these, and we've got a bar chart here that shows the dates of some of these shots, and these are not even all of them, but if you just look in this 1 year span,
It ain't nothing but sugar in the shots,
month as the beginning of the year was happening.
Nothing but
As you get
sugar.
to January of 2022,
You got you putting it in the refrigerator and keeping it cool.
within that 1 month period. Most days of that month, he was getting 2 shots per day, 1 in each arm. He continued with a large number of shots in February, then dropped down to just 6 in March. Of course, scientists are wondering what the effect was on him. First of all, he didn't report any vaccine-related side effects at all, which is sort of crazy to think about when you think about how you feel about getting a COVID shot the next day. Secondly, his immune response did show an increase in immune cells like antibodies and T cells, but not necessarily a better or worse immune response even after more than 200 COVID vaccines. And finally, guys, he never got SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID.
Yeah, but he'll be ground zero for SARS-CoV-3.
So many vaccines, because of just the first few vaccines, or because of his behavior, or something else. But this leading to quite an interesting N of one person.
It's sugar water.
Yeah, maybe tough to answer why.
Yeah, all of them aren't, because they cause a lot of problems for people, allegedly.
In 2 years.
Yeah, because it's all psychological.
The sane.
If you give somebody a sugar pill,
COVID-19 vaccines to get.
That's true, but if you give them some poison, then that,
it goes without saying it is not 200. Right now in the United States, the general recommendation is one updated each fall, similarly to how we get the flu vaccine. And we know that only a fraction of people are actually getting an annual COVID shot at this point. The CDC did also just come out and recommend an additional shot now for people over the age of 65 to increase their immunity. So you're talking about a couple shots per year against COVID, really at the most. This guy going way outside of those bounds, but luckily he seems to be okay.
Yeah, and who is this guy, and why couldn't they get him on CNN and talk to himself?
Really?
Come on, what kind of journalism is this? It's a major network. Now, we wouldn't expect to necessarily have him on the Self Luv Show, but I think somebody on CNN should better get him on the show and write a check.
Yeah, if he's alive.
They said he's alive. They said he doesn't have no signs of SARS-CoV-2.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I hear you. You think it's just shenanigans in the shot. I've been saying all along, I think it's just a sugar pill. Listen, if I was an egghead at the Ivy League, the cheapest way to fool everybody and make a lot of money, it's just like the snake oil salesman. So all they do is fancy it up online and fancy it up with white coats and doctors.
I do think some were sugar pills. I do, but not
sugar
all
water.
Not all of them. People had some
effects, but you can do that with sugar water.
Yeah, I've seen people that they were eager to take it and didn't think anything was going to happen to them, and something happened to them.
Right, there's a good point.
So
there's a good point there.
And
there's a good point there.
Some of them were sugar water, and some of them were a hot shot. And a lot of people didn't make it past the vaccine. So I think it's both. I don't think it's either or.
Yeah, well, you have no right to an opinion. The only thing you're supposed to do is repeat what Dr. Fauci's saying, period, point blank. I mean, that's what America said, basically. Anybody outside of that is a tin hat, conspiracy wearing, horse tranquilizer drinking, misgender.
Yeah, well, I don't deal with Dr. Fauci. He's a...
You don't see him much no more talking.
No, because I think he got into some trouble. They ain't letting everybody know that.
He's the world's...
Because he got into some trouble. He can't...
He got caught in some lies?
All that talking. Yeah.
He got caught in some lies, some double talking?
Yeah, well, I mean, he double talked. He said that there's no reason to ever have a mask for a vaccine.
Yeah.
The vaccine is way too small.
Exactly.
Blah, blah, blah.
He said the same thing.
Then you got to have a mask.
He said the same thing during HIV. He's the same one who came up with the magic for his thesis in Harvard. The whole magic with this
he's the problem.
Retrovirus. He's the whole magician who came up with it.
Yeah, he's a problem. So they shut him down. I don't know. You don't see him. He might be locked up somewhere.
You don't see himself. You think he'd sit down? He was going on Rogan. He sat down on Joe Rogan's show. He sat there with Rogan.
Well, he can't do that anymore. And he's staying out of sight. She's not locked up somewhere. He's trying to make sure that he stays out of sight so he doesn't go to prison.
I'm gonna reach out. I gotta reach out. I don't know. He's not gonna do it, but who knows? What's your boy's name? He hates vaccinations. Part of the Nation of Islam, Rizza Islam. Oh man, that dude, boy. Oh, he got banned off the internet.
Well, Islam is. I mean, vaccinations are a theory. It's not.
What do you mean? It's monkey science?
You
think it's monkey science?
It's not proven. It's a
theory. So you think it's a sugar pill?
I don't think it's more harmful than a sugar pill. That's what I think.
You think they're pumping? Do you have a right to an opinion? I don't know anymore if you have a right. Well, you can, but not on a forum. Just in your house, you can have an opinion, but nobody around.
Well, I got an opinion. I got an opinion. They're gonna hear it. Yeah, they putting all kinds of stuff they know will kill you in those shots. So,
according to Rizza Islam,
according to the science, according to what they say is in it, stuff that's in it that. It's very harmful to the human vehicle.
I hear arsenic is in it. What's that stuff, Self? It's mercury.
Yeah,
they found mercury.
Very harmful to the human vehicle.
Mercury.
It's all up in there.
Why would you have mercury and arsenic in something that's supposed to be good for the temple of God?
If you're trying to kill someone you don't think anything of, you don't consider their vehicle to be a temple.
I said the Baphomet is a they, them. I think you're probably onto something. And that's why that became an issue right now. The Baphomet's going to make an appearance.
I think the Baphomet regularly makes an appearance.
All right. So we only had, we cut out the other segment. So that was just an overall segment there. Why are the copper-colored turning more to PEDs? And here's the thing about our community, Self. We like to be naive, and each generation of parents are less naive than the generation before it, but there's still some naivete. Like I've talked to parents, and, they have no idea the street type of drugs that's out there and the types of pills, just no clue.
Right.
None of the signs of it. You can't just... not enough. You think, this kid's studying hard, poor kid. You know what I mean?
Or he doesn't go to sleep at night. He's always up.
Maybe he's narcoleptic. We got to talk to the doctors. Take him to the psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist is going to, stick his thumb up his bum and probably spit in it. I don't know if you can say that on YouTube. I don't know. Well, that's allegedly what they were doing in Cook County Jail, according to Butter, according to FBG Butter.
What?
Yeah, he said that was the way they desecrated one another. Knock you out, open your bum and spit in it. I said, you're desecrating yourself, goddammit.
Yeah, what the hell are you talking about?
Oh, shit.
You're doing what?
Yeah. That's going to FBG Butter. I mean, Butter, big ups Butter, but they call him a rat, and they called him a lot of lies. Like
that's the one that's in Vegas?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, fake. So they called him with fake money, fake jewelry, Butter.
Oh, that's
Butter. That's the one that's Kyra's brother, but they're not really brother and sister, but they kind of. Remember Kyra, the one that Vaughn? She was from FBG side. They tried to say she was a serial killer.
Oh, yeah, the one that got killed.
Yeah, he was there when she got killed. Yeah. He tells a lot of stories. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, man, them motherfuckers, we always said it, though. Them young motherfuckers be talking, boys. It was worse than we could have ever imagined.
Yeah, them motherfuckers tell on themselves.
They was talking in our generation, but damn.
No, these motherfuckers straight tell on themselves. Our generation, we might have texted each other some shit that shouldn't have been texted, but these motherfuckers putting it on social media.
So somehow, now all these so-called bloggers, say cheese, these ones that I think they're all informants or they work for law enforcement. I'm just saying could, possible. But now all of a sudden, they're saying that what's his name? Not Crip Mac. Brick Baby. He be on No Jumper. And he used to be like hanging out with Vine all them in Atlanta. But now all of a sudden it's leaking out stuff that allegedly Brick Baby's the one who murdered Pap, Rondo Rondo's boy in Hollywood. So what I'm saying that is to say this, Self. Brick Baby wasn't on the internet at that time. He was allegedly straight up street goon. Same way they did with Old Block. These cats be street goons, put in work, and then all of a sudden they're on a major platform and they don't smell nothing funny. They start them out never mentioning the case, you know what I mean? Just have them talking. Everything seems like it's random. They pumping them full of drugs and drink and alcohol, and they yap. Oh, you know Tory, you know Tory Wordsmith? Yeah, man, we used to run together, yeah, boom. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was the last time you saw, yeah, we was at the you know, it'd be stuff like that. And I'm just saying it's
and no jumper didn't went full overhaul.
Yeah.
Like the second, third time. It's a different group of people. What the hell?
Yeah. Yep. And they all crash out. But it's just funny how they go from straight obscurity, except for real live wire street goon who allegedly put in major work, and now they're doing interviews. Like these cats are wow. All right. Dome teaser stuff. Let's do it. I am not seen, but often heard. In the race to be best, I am preferred. Though I promise strength and speed, I come at a cost. More than greed. Use me once and you may soar, but because for each time you'll need me more. What am I? Is that thumbs up out there?
I think so.
Come on, Santos De La Rosa out there. He's a migrant dude. He must have played down. Is there a chapter in Mexico City, so?
No, he from Gamma.
Santos De La Rosa?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought that was a beta nuke. Just in there on in the alias. Oh, my bad. Mighty Gamma Ups. All right, there it is.
Great brother. Great brother.
Absolutely. All right, it's in the chat. It's in the chat, y'all. Come on, you guys should be able to figure this out. All right, enough of the appetizer, self-love.
Let's quench the self-love nation's thirst.
All right, we're just going to kind of run through this first part really quick. Now, I teased this a little bit. What percentage of elite athletes dope? And here's the thing. We're talking PEDs. Now, here's the thing. So, I mean, dope now. And that's what this was a snapshot of. They're currently doping. Now, they didn't take into account, did they dope in high school? Did they dope in college? And now they're not doping anymore. But the current, I would assume if they were, they probably still dabble in it. But what percentage, if you had to take a stab at it?
I couldn't think of one. So I asked good old Chat GPT. And it reckoned between 14 and 24%. I think that's what
39.
Oh, 39.
Yes, intentionally used it. And it varies depending on the sport, the level of competition, and methods used to gather the data. The use of performance-enhancing drugs is a significant issue. So it depends on the sport, right? I imagine probably more in UFC, wrestling, football, I would think, bodybuilding, arm wrestling. They're suggesting that your boy Tiger Woods. So I hadn't heard.
I would think all sports.
Actually. Yeah, why not?
I mean, anything that
takes
any sort of athletic prowess.
Yep. Why not? Even ping pong, huh?
Yeah. I mean, if you can move faster and hit the ball faster, it's not
bowling. Definitely can help you in bowling.
Definitely.
What about pool?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But actors use it, entertainers, rappers. 50. They said 50 was on it.
Say Dr. Dre. Big time.
Yeah. 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 Well, we're gonna get to notables, but Schwarzenegger, but we're gonna get there. What are PEDs?
Performance enhancing drugs and steroids or growth hormone and things of that nature.
Yes. And it's used illicitly to improve athletic performance, such as an anabolic steroid or HGH, which is a human growth hormone. The science. So, like, what do they do? So, if it's not a sugar pill, I have reason to believe now what I do to my kid. I'd give my kid sugar pills and tell him he's on the shit. I'll tell him I'm doping him up and having, you know what I'm saying, thinking his balls are shrinking. He be in there working out his shit, cussing out his mama. Don't worry about it. He thinks he's on the shit, baby. Yeah, I got him thinking he's on the shit. He be getting in trouble at school. I be telling the dean, yeah, he thinks he's on steroids. Don't tell him. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? A kid will be balling, boy. You know what I mean? Getting into fights on the football field and shit, all off a sugar pill. That being said, what's the science behind like what do they purport that this is doing, the benefits?
It rapidly increases the repair cycle, so it allows you to
heal
faster and struggle longer. I mean, work out longer and harder and heal faster.
Yes, what you just said, I didn't know. Yes, they said also it does something to your pain sensors, so that, and now you're healing, to your point, which would make you more aggressive, in certain given situations, because you're not feeling the same pain. You don't have the same pain expectation that another athlete may have, right? As a result of whatever it is they're going to try to do. I didn't realize that was a benefit.
Yeah.
That's huge. Enhancing physical capabilities beyond normal levels. Now, I was watching one, I think it was on Rogan. A guy was saying that he's a user, but he's like one of these holistic users. He says you got to educate yourself. It's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
He was saying that also Self, you know how certain cats got good genetics, which works for them or against them really well. So if they drink a lot of shakes, they're going to get fat really fast. But if they're working out and doing the right things, they're going to get ripped and, cut real fast too. He was saying that some people don't get the same. So the same people who have those good genetics, the steroids help them even that much better than somebody without the good genetics. So some people will use itself and stop using steroids because they're like, I'm not really getting the benefit from this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they all can get the benefit from healing faster, but
correct. And the pain sensors. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not the building. It's not doing what they're expecting it to do. It's not creating a mass.
The rip and all that. Yeah. Enhancing physical capabilities beyond normal. So yeah, you're able to work out longer, to your point. Speed up areas of the brain body, increasing alertness and reducing fatigue. That is huge.
Absolutely. That means at the end of the game, you can still be.
Yeah, because you don't have that mental fatigue.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mentally.
Boost heart rate, Self, which can't be good for you, but it boosts your heart rate and increases the blood pressure, potentially improving oxygen delivery to your muscles. Can't be good in the long term.
No. But it seems like it turns on the fight and flight.
Ace said, he said crack to the answer of the riddle. Oh man, I was surprised he didn't say MEP, but no, it's not crack, and I'll give you all. It's not MEP either. Motri said The Chosen. Ace said Happy Tuesday to the Self Love Show. Big ups, Ace.
Big ups, huge ups.
It says it quickens the metabolism, aiding in quick recovery from exercise. Self said that regulates body temperature, maintaining performance in different conditions. So if you're out there and it's 40 below, you're out there in Soldiers Field, you're out there with your shirt off. You know what I mean? Self sitting over there on the sidelines.
Yeah.
And you can see those players now that I think of it. A lot of them are pink. Stand on the sidelines them days, self, and it's cold. They're not by the heater, and they're ready to get in the game. I thought it was the crack.
They're different species anyway, so.
Yeah, I don't know if he can say that.
Pink people.
He can't say that. Yeah, there's no science to back that up.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean? If you want to sit here, if you want to do a show on it and sit here and give us a presentation on it, fine. You know what I mean? You can give all your supporting documents. We'll sit back and have some tea like we're your favorite rapper from the Wu-Tang. Matcha. What's his name? From the Podcraft.
I could never think of that dude's name when we need to know what his name is.
J. Rue the Damager? No.
No, it's not J. Rue. J. Rue's not part of the Wu-Tang.
Yeah, he's not part of the Wu.
The Podcraft, something.
It's all right.
Well, God,
it's all right. It's all right.
Now you got me thinking about that.
It's all right.
I can't get past that now.
Now, speeding up healing, Self said that, and the masking of pain, enabling athletes to continue training or competing, Self, despite injuries.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was going to say, too, that all of that, it sounds like it turns on your fight or flight. Turns on the fight.
To 2-3x.
Yeah, so when you do that, that's definitely not good.
No, I think you said it right. It turns them both on. I think it turns them both on. Because there's benefits.
Well, they're the same. Fight or flight.
Athleticism. Yeah, you're right. It's the same.
It's the same. Right. You just what you decide to do with it.
Because the flight is going to make you a faster runner. You know what I mean? Probably increase your alertness, your awareness. The fight,
all of that.
Yeah, it's going to make you get to the basket. You know what I mean? Self Love's doing his research, and I think you guys know what this means. Big ups to the chat. Interact. Ace is he's got athletes he's raised, and and I wanted to ask Deviator X that Reese, like, man, y'all going through all this, man, and you saw the percentage yourself in track. That number's probably closer to 40%.
Man,
baseball
it might be more than that.
Yeah.
Y'all doing something. I mean, it ain't all illegal.
Correct. Yeah, it ain't all been deemed illegal yet because science can't keep up with
it. Show. Y'all know how the story go. Why are so-called FBAs turning to PEDs? And we've gone over what PEDs are and why maybe we would do that.
Well, these kids are popping pills, Self. You think they won't take PED? You think they won't put PEDs in their body?
Yeah, I know they will. So we're going to expand the conversation. We have some great videos for you to check out. And we will be back at you very shortly.
Has human ever walked on the moon?
Yes.
Have you ever seen an unidentified flying object?
Yes.
Is human alone in the universe?
No.
Is there a God?
Yes.
Self Love, your ship, has a magic box. Now suppose the person whom you can't fathom living without became terminally ill with a rare blood disease. Now, what if Self Luv Your Ship provided you with a magic box? On that box, there's a button on the top. Self Luv Your Ship, my club, says, if you push this button, ship, your loved one will be totally healed. However, by pushing the button, an innocent person whom you do not know will certainly die. Do you push the button? Do you push the button? All right.
Yes.
What's the meaning of life?
It's simply to glorify God.
And it bows to his will. Nothing is as rebellious as the white man. Everything that God says thou shalt not do, the white man says, gee whiz, buddy, it's all right. Come on.
Steroids.
I like it, baby. It's okay. Gee whiz, you guys are too rigid. Man, come on. You know the Chuck talks like that. I'm talking about Bob. I'm talking about Bill. I'm talking about Larry. You know the guys I'm talking about. Now, sister, you acting like you don't know them. That's why we don't allow no white folks in here. Because if we had white folks in here, you'd be looking all behind you and wonder what Bob and Bill and Larry and Susie and Cindy might be thinking.
You know, coming up, man, you had to kind of learn fast. I was literally raised by a village, you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't go down the street without one of my brother's friends, one of my sister's friends, my father's or my mother's people, you know what I mean? You couldn't do nothing. I know your pops. Better go ahead and get off this corner, you know what I mean? So you couldn't do nothing out there, man. The jewels was barely. A lot of people out there, man, that I love and respect. I definitely know the feeling. There was a lot of love in the hood, you know what I mean? And it seemed like, you know, people cared for people, you know what I mean? And shit, you know, it got crazy at times, man, but for the most part, being that it was a small neighborhood, you know, my big brother's friend gonna make sure I'm good, you know what I mean? My sister's friend gonna make sure I get a snack if I'm hungry in the park, you know what I mean? Did a lot of things out there, you know, some bad, but mostly good.
Brothers and sisters, people and human beings alike. It's one thing to talk about doing something, and it's another thing to get down to nitty-gritty and do it. If we want to do it, if we want to feel the vibrations in our soul, if we want to know where we're going as human beings, if you want to dance, if you want to feel the music of a revolutionary struggle in the framework of what we're talking about, every creative variability that exists with human beings on the face of this earth is the essence of the music that sparks our spirit, that sparks our philosophical outlook when we speak in terms of humanism and in fact implement that humanism.
Man, I thank you guys for inviting me on. Thank you. Great format, very solid, you know. It don't have that low budget movie feel, you know what I'm saying? And we get that a lot in the black community, for real. Like, people look at us to be fuck ups. They look at us to be low budget. They look at us to be ignorant, stuttering, and use a whole bunch of and all of that. But no, they got the real deal on here. That everybody know who Torian Mills is, baby. They know.
Hey, well, bro,
They so ignorant.
Hey, but this platform's your platform. This platform's my platform. From Inglewood, California to
the
Chicago,
South Shore.
Crazy thing about it,
This platform is
made for you and me.
It's made for you.
the crazy
and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. I was trying to get out the end of the preamble, but go ahead, bro.
Yes, y'all.
You know how the story go. It's the Self Luv Show.
Yes, y'all. Don't stop. We're back. And today we are unpacking why so-called FBAs are turning to PEDs. And we're going to expand the conversation in the second half.
It's the Self Love Show. The Self Love Show. The Self Love Show. We do it
And
for
go,
our people.
grow,
It's the
go.
Self Love Show. It's the Self Love Show. It's the Self Love Show. To expose
Absolutely.
The Self Love Show. The Self Love Show.
Yeah, man. I know your boy, LaBelco. You see, he's been doing that ice water in the vein stuff, but I wonder if he is really saying after they score, they're telling the kids subliminally what?
Juice out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I cannot find his name.
Killer Priest? Killer Priest.
Yeah, it sure is, but it ain't.
All you had to do was say Wu-Tang rapper, the Podcraft.
Yeah. I was just looking up Wu-Tang and it's
well.
They say it's 9 motherfuckers, but it's 10 that they showing, and he ain't one of the names.
Yeah, Killer Priest.
Crazy. It is Killer Priest for sure.
All right, let's jump into it. So we were talking about some notables earlier. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, it wasn't illegal. It wasn't even illegal when he was doing it.
Well, and here's the thing though, Self. Say you're a child growing up and you're meeting these athletes, right? Your parents take you to meet, Walter Payton. And, and he tells you some stuff about run up this hill and, you know what I mean? The rest is so, and do these push-ups and work hard and, right? And go to school and blow it out your ass.
And then you're kind of doing this. Find out.
Yeah, bro. Yes. It could mess up a child, someone who's putting that work in, saying, I'm not getting the results, you know what I mean, as fast, or I don't know. Maybe it shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't matter because it doesn't matter to 60% of the elite athletes. They don't do it apparently. So that's the flip side of it. 60 to 80% are natural, allegedly. Lance Armstrong, Self. Now you remember Lance. He confessed to using HGH, erythropoietin, and diuretics, which led to him being stripped of 7 Tour de France titles, bro.
Yeah,
he
was doing the impossible. Like,
bro,
he was either taking the lead or growing his lead on the up, where everybody.
Yeah,
that's where he could just outwork everybody.
Yeah, while being treated for cancer. This guy,
hey, golf ball size.
Yeah,
tumors.
Probably a result of all the shit he was taking.
Yeah, I'm sure. Marion Jones.
And, I wouldn't be surprised if he go that far. He probably had him a mixture of crack and meth too. Because the way he was riding up those hills, Self, come on, bro. I know some crackheads off 73rd and Walcott. You know what I'm saying? That a ride up that would have passed up Lance Armstrong. If you'd have told him, man, if you beat Lance Armstrong, I'll give you $20. Shit. And you'd have gave him a rock before he rode up that hill with a little map. Shit. Lance Armstrong would be like, damn, what is he on?
He wouldn't have needed the HGH. God damn.
No. Hell no. Alex Rodriguez, who we mentioned.
Marion Jones. That was another one that shocked me.
I forgot about that.
As far as the ones that shocked me, Lance Armstrong, since he was so adamant.
But when you start looking at
then you start looking at it like, oh, wait.
But when you start looking at Marion, hindsight is always too. But when you looked at Marion's body after they exposed Marion, and I was like, oh, Marion was looking like some sort of misgender. Marion looked like she would put you in a headlock, put you to sleep, and have Butter come over there and spread your bum and spit in your bum. According to Butter, that's what's going on in Cook County Jail, but we don't want to have these conversations. You know what I mean? The citizens don't want to have these conversations.
Yeah, because I don't want to know about that out there. Allegedly.
All right. Diego Maradona, who I personally never heard of, but he's a football legend.
Soccer.
Football. Tested positive for ephedrine during the 1994 World Cup and was suspended for 15 months. They keep putting Barry Bonds on there. I wouldn't list him. Barry never, Barry got caught lying, but Barry never said. Barry said if he did do it, and Barry was just pointing out. Barry said everybody was doing it.
Yeah, and it wasn't illegal.
Barry said everybody was doing it. And he was suggesting that the Pink Boys, it was okay for the Pink Boys to do it and hit 35 home runs.
Mark McGwire, he's known to have done it. And,
Sammy Sosa, whatever he took, turned him white.
He took some to turn him white. It wasn't. It was.
Are you sure of this? Are you sure?
I'm 100% sure because he didn't turn white while he was on the Cubs. So it wasn't when he was taking it, because he was taking it. No, he turned white right after he left the Cubs. He went back to the
You're talking external. I'm talking being over there in Wrigleyville, hanging out over there.
He was never a melanated person on the inside.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he was on the north side, boy, over there. It was loving Sammy. Boy, he probably had so many pink toes, he turned white. But
Sylvester Stallone, Dwayne Johnson, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, Dwayne Johnson. See, these people, and kids look at him, and people look at him and idolize him. Look at his muscles, and they say, "My husband's lazy." Well, these guys are on that shit.
They still worked out extremely hard. I mean, that's one thing about it.
You give me a meth pipe and some steroids, and I'll work out hard too. Man, if you think Dwayne Johnson, all these guys ain't out here in LA allegedly doing all types of shit, you know what I mean, and keep them up and alert, it ain't just allegedly. It ain't just PEDs, bro. You know what I mean?
Doubt if it's meth, though. Meth changes your DNA, teeth fall out, all
brain damage, too.
Yeah. Well, steroids do that shit, too. No brain damage is irreversible. They toy with that and say that shit, but they
say meth is.
Yeah, they say a lot about a lot of stuff they don't want you to take.
Oh, so you should take meth. Are you advocating for meth?
No, I'm not advocating for meth, but I am advocating for the lies that's going on out here about everything.
You're advocating for the lies.
Yeah, about the lies.
All right. Allure. A case for using self. Why would anybody in their right mind needs 20 to 40%? I mean, A-Rod seems pretty normal. You got to date Madonna. He married a billionaire.
Because it can put you above people that you're right on level with. It's give you an advantage. You could be the superstar.
Albert Bell and Frank Thomas. You imagine Frank Thomas was on that shit?
I mean, they say all of them are on some form of fashion because they all got these nutritionists and all of them dabbling with stuff that's, not, well, the people that's doing illegal stuff is always ahead of the people that's got to make it illegal or say
Kirby Puckett, Rod Carew, Tony Gwynn. Who else? Imagine Pete Rose. Now, the way Pete Rose played, I wouldn't be surprised if he was first known user of horse tranquilizer and steroids. That son of a bitch. Let me tell you something. If you guys haven't seen Pete Rose play the game of baseball, do yourself a
favor
and watch a whole game. Watch a nice playoff game of Pete Rose playing a game of baseball. He can go 0-4 and he can spit so much shit and grab his ball so many times and dug in his ass and dove into first where he didn't have a chance. This guy, you know what I'm saying? He didn't have a chance to slide in there in time. Still slid in there, got up spitting, grabbing his nuts. Pete Rose, boy. Big up to Pete Rose. Put him in the Hall of Fame. Nobody cares. You ain't gonna wait till he dies.
Oh shit!
But what's the allure, though, Self? Now you said it.
Fame, fortune.
Yeah. You always said they're doing it in high school, Self.
Well, I mean, some of them they want that advantage so they can get to the league.
Get to college, get that NIL money. Now you ain't even got to get to the league, Self, to be rich.
That's true.
You could be a great college player and make you about $10 to $12 million in college, Self, and that's generational money if you over there on the low end. Say it ain't. Hell, that's generational money if you sitting where I'm sitting.
Shit, yeah.
If you know how to flip it, go put it all on Bitcoin, all of it. Boy, I'd find me a Nigerian. Hi. Oh, that's you on this picture? Texting me? Got the wrong number? How much? 13 million? I think they call that pig slaughtering or some shit. I'd be wasting their time. So, I'd be having fun with them. Oh, yeah. I'd be like, oh, you're beautiful. I'd be like, you know what I'll do to you? You know what I'd like to do to you? You know what I mean? Bitcoin. Oh, boy. Yeah. Yeah. I'd be messing with them. Catfish. I know it's cat.
I'll be messing with the ones that call about any
nonsense.
Your computer,
Texas.
your computer, or your credit card. Like, okay, which credit card?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, you got to do better, man. If you're gonna scam out there, you should know which credit card you're calling about. At least the type of credit card.
Oh no, send them off, Self. Give them numbers that are bogus. Oh, you talking about this one? And then, you know what I mean? And then they need the number on their back. You know what I mean? Oh, that one. Oh, not that one. Hold on. You must be talking about this one. The more time they spend wasting with me, the less time they got scamming other people. But
it's a dude on TikTok, man. That's what he does all day.
Yeah.
He acts like a old woman. It's funny as hell.
But Self, they said the Chinese mafia. They said the Chinese mafia puts out ads in India looking for employees. Right, you know, customer service, or it'd be tech stuff, because, you know, it's a lot of everybody in India. I'm an engineer. Your buildings are falling down every 75 seconds. You know, if you're an engineer and I'm an engineer, you know what I'm saying? You're an Uber driver, I'm an Uber driver. I'm an engineer, I got 2 engineering degrees. Yeah, shut up. You know what I mean? You don't even put deodorant on, allegedly. You know, my point is, Self, they said the Chinese mafia put up these fake jobs, and these Indian men go over there, Self, and then they get over there and they tell them they're going to kill them if they don't get on the phone and they on the internet and sham Americans, and they sit on the phone for 16 hours a day. So, I mean, on the internet, 16 hours a day, sending out fake pictures and making relationships, and they making money. Yeah. Yeah, they got a whole fake Bitcoin website, looks official. They be showing you all your winnings and all the money you're earning, and then when you go to cash out, they say you got to pay a big tax bill, and then you realize it's a sham, and then you never hear from them again. That's exactly how it goes. All right, reasons. So that's what we were talking about, the allure and the reasons. We talked about the selective advantages, the optimization of we talked about selective advantages, but also cosmetic appearance. Some of these actors and entertainers and just some, I want to say, arrogant people, or people who want to look better. You know, they do that. I mean, how's this different than, you know, a BBL? How's this different than, you know, a woman going and getting fake boobs out there? How's this different than, you know, going out and putting turtle wax on your car? You know, how's this? You know,
and it's different. And, you know, a BBL, I mean, you got to get surgery for that, you know, but for you to look good off
no
these
pun intended.
PEDs,
He said, but
yeah, you like I did that, but you have to actually put in work to get some aesthetics from taking the PEDs. So, I mean, you must have to like to work out or something of that nature. You can't just
take the PEDs and lay around.
Right. Yeah, it's not going to work. And, you know, yeah, he's not going to get the results, and you got to stay up on it.
But let's just say you play for a high school basketball team, and your parents, somebody was slipping you PEDs, and you just did the same stuff you were doing. You probably would have had the occasion to be like, I'm staying after practice. You know what I mean? Mom, I'm staying in what no choice. You know what I'm saying? And that boy, you know, he's in there 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's the little differences, man. You know,
them people that work harder than everybody, get their way before and stay way after.
Waiting on the plug. They got their own nutritionist that's got to be allowed in the building. And I never said that Tom Brady was using PEDs, but he played for 75 years and had his own special guy that showed up and had all these special treatments. And you know what I mean? Remember, Kobe was hurt and he went overseas, and they said they gave him baby placenta. He drank some baby placenta, allegedly.
These people that played 20 years. It's not been a whole lot of players that played 20 years.
Yeah, are you talking about Labalco?
They play 20 years, but they aren't playing.
I'm talking about period. Shit, what you got? Maybe how many people played 20 years out there?
Garnett, Chief.
No.
Kevin Garnett, Robert Pears, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay.
Karl Malone. No. I mean, 18, 19. I'm just saying.
20 is a fucking barrier that it's not a lot.
Well, a lot of them started playing right out of high school.
Yeah, right. That's
what I'm saying. Garnett.
But Kareem didn't.
No.
He played 4 years of college.
Man, Kareem played. Cap played a long time.
You couldn't play 4 years. 3.
But they weren't running around 38 minutes.
And Kobe played fucking.
And he had tore out his Achilles.
Yeah.
And he wasn't running around there 38 minutes.
He had major. Yeah, he might have been running around at 38
minutes. Yeah, he
minutes.
was running around.
Yeah, he played all of the games. He didn't load manage. Yeah,
social norms. At some point, Self, when you're talking 40%, depending on what sport, it becomes kind of normal. And the kids are seeing, A-Rod and these kind of guys on there, and nobody's talking about it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, some of these players, man, they say how much they taking care of their body and how much it costs, and that's.
Well, they could stop it.
Seem to be right on par.
The rule could be Self, if you're caught with these banned substances, and to your point, and we're going to go there, and what you're saying is very important. It's not even about the banned substances. It's stuff that people are using that hasn't even been banned yet, that won't even be considered in this 40% figure, 20 to 40% figure.
Right. And that's almost all of the players.
Wow.
Really. I mean, all of them are taking.
No, they got special compression suits and machines.
Taking some sort of supplement or something that helps
them. It's the compression
suits. If they want to last in the NBA or in the NFL or MLB or NHL.
So are they treating them like horses, like prize horses, giving them the steroids, and that sounds like a prize horse.
It's not. It's not always steroids. It's different supplements.
I guess because the horse doesn't have a choice. The horse doesn't choose it.
Right. And then another thing they call PEDs is stimulants, which doesn't fall under growth hormone or steroid. That provides. So you could be providing some stimulants that, I'm thinking most professional athletes are taking something. Some sort of vitamin.
I don't want to be that
something
reckless.
or other. I don't. I'm not saying it's illegal. I'm just saying the fact that I think most of them are taking something, not necessarily something illegal.
But we're talking PED, not illegal. We're talking PED.
Some stuff they don't know that it should be illegal, but it is a performance enhancing
drug.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, or a stimulant. Wow. Or a stimulant, stimulant of some sort.
Wow.
That's not been banned.
And you're saying they might even be looking for these advantages.
Yeah. They are looking for the advantages. I mean, they find something that helps them do better, and it's legal to use.
Now, and their thing is, to Barry Bond's point, it's a competitive disadvantage for me not to do it.
And that's true. That was your point. I'm like, I mean, the stuff is going to shorten lifespan. I guess that's you've trying to generational wealth to get your family out of the
out of the jets.
But once you're there and all of that, then
you need that second contract.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna stop now. I say this, Self, if the leagues, if they all cared, you've automatically forfeit any monies, the rest of the monies you've made, due on that contract, it's void, and also lifetime ban. We catch you with the shit in you.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
Now, supposedly Labalco,
they want the best players that they can have. So I mean,
we're not going to talk about Labalco. We'll do that on Mouthpiece Included.
For the league, they want the best product that they can get. So
correct,
and they don't want to
correct because they can ban players from
eliminate.
using outside nutritionists and all that stuff, like you said, Self, and they can say, but they do, like, they can simply say only this stuff is allowed. Anything else, y'all got to apply to us, and then we'll get to you next year, and have our scientists look into it. And I'd have Rizza Islam on the team. Really, he wouldn't be approving shit.
Really hard to do that because they wouldn't even know what.
Big ups Rizza Islam.
They wouldn't even know what they're looking for in your piss. And if they don't know what the substance is.
But it's unfair to those who aren't cheating, because now I have to assume they're all cheating. And it's so unfair to, like, for instance, DX's daughter, these people who are, Ace's kids, these people who are, doing it the right way. They have to have a dark cloud over their head that, there's same thing with Labalco. Now he's got a dark cloud over his head as though he's juicing up.
I mean, it's always been something. I mean, you can't play this long without injuries. And
I know I started saying it about 4 years ago. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. His head was getting bigger. Everybody knows I got a big head. My head didn't even get bigger. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, there's no major injuries in all this time. The way he plays, too. I mean,
he plays the right way.
No, I mean, he'll run you over. I mean, was what I'm saying. Like, he will bulldoze you. He will run you over. Like, so, yeah.
But I know what you're saying. He gets those real bad to the healing parts and the dealing with pain. He gets those real bad injuries at the ankle, and he'll be back the next. Looks like he's out for the season, and he'll be back the next day. But Jordan used to do that too.
Well, Jordan actually had a season where he missed most of it because of injury. A broken bone in his foot. Yeah. Labalco hasn't. Not
peer pressure, social norms. You're at a team Self where everybody's juicing up. You know what I mean? And you're some sort of part of the Goyim. You're not a leader, and you're following out there. So that's another reason. Pete was on speed. He said Pete was on meth. Yeah, that's meth.
Allegedly. I don't know I think they were taking pills or something then. I don't think they were smoking it where your teeth fall out your face.
Yeah. Well, the Nazis were smoking it. The SS.
I thought they were taking it too. I didn't know they were smoking it. I know they were on it heavy. They had daily rations.
Yeah, they were smoking meth. They had those scientists. That's why they were so
heavy.
Crazy.
They had heavy rations.
But that's why they were so crazy. March all night. March 4 days straight.
Didn't need to eat.
Yeah.
Didn't need to sleep.
Right. But that's why the Americans got over there and slaughtered them too. So, he's like, man, after they've been getting high all that time, so it's like going down on Skid Row in LA with all the guys. Like, these motherfuckers? I mean, you gotta watch out. You don't want to, get scratched and get a rusty knife in you. And a couple of them can have guns, but come on, these guys are strung out. So yeah, when younger athletes perceive that PED use is common among their peers, it can normalize such behavior and influence their own decisions. The media portrays successful athletes who use PEDs, how they portray them, can inadvertently encourage others to follow suit. High-profile athletes and entertainers serve as role models, and their choices can impact the behavior of aspiring athletes and entertainers. Cultural attitudes. Gen Z and the millennials, they don't have the same attitude that we have towards PEDs, I don't think. They don't have the same attitude we had towards, like popping pills and over-the-counter pharmaceuticals and
towards anything.
Yeah. Well, you couldn't spank them. That's that first generation where parents start saying you can't because the principal gonna come, master from the state gonna come down here. Master from the state gonna come down here and take away my kids. So I let them talk to me any other way. They do whatever the fuck they want. They can shit on my bed And I ain't gonna do nothing to him because you can't do nothing to them kids. Master from the state gonna come down here. Master, you can't do nothing to
So
kids no
that's
more
what
because
happens
my
when
master. I was like, man, y'all crazy.
Get them that's what happens when you get them a birth certificate and allow them to be registered. The government is the goddamn parent.
Okay, fine. Take them. Before I got to raise a spoiled, rotten ass kid that's not going to listen to me or nobody in my family, then they can take that little bastard.
I'm not raising that. So
what the hell? I can't do nothing around here. I used to be like, man, well, take the belt. You can't do that now, man. Then man, put his head over the waterboard, that little motherfucker. You know what I mean? You can't do that kind of stuff no more. All right, well, shit. Sit there and take it up the bum. Take it up the bum. He shitted on my bed, and then I told him not to do it. No. He did it the next day. And you ain't waterboard, you can't do nothing there. Well, shut the fuck up then. You know what I mean? That's why he's shitting on your bed. He's crying out for an ass whooping. You can't do that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't have kids. Wish a motherfucker would. And it's my seed. All right, anyway. You know what I'm saying? Financial pressures. We talked about this ad nauseum, Self. In professional sports can lead athletes to seek any advantage, including PEDs. The promise of lucrative contracts and endorsements may incentivize risky behavior. Interpersonal communication within social networks can spread information about PEDs. Athletes learn from each other, share experiences, and sometimes even directly encourage or discourage usage. So, yeah, it's a lot more available now, too, bro. Like, you can go on the internet. You're at the gym. They all got it. If you go to any LA Fitness, there's a shady guy, unshaven. Psst, psst. Hey, kids, you want to get an advantage? They're all doping up,
Got that juice.
They're all doping up, kid. Your parents are stupid. They're pussies. You can shit on their bed. They're not going to do anything. And take this dope. You know what I mean? Yeah, but the government says it's bad. Fuck the government. You know what I mean? The plug knows how to raise the kids. Take this shit. All right. But what I'm saying is it's more accessible than it was when we were coming up, Self.
Yeah, I believe that. I mean, the internet makes everything more accessible.
And then you used to have to shoot it with a needle. That was I think now, like you said, there's pills, there's, gels, there's easier ways to get it.
Well, the anabolic steroids, I think, are the ones that have to be
shot.
Yeah.
Oh.
At least it used to be. I don't know. I'm not sure of that. I'm not sure of that now.
So what are the alternatives, Self? I mean, you've got the one side, you got the science, and you can become a super athlete or a superhuman. And then what are the tried or true alternatives for like a young athlete that might be saying, damn.
Man, it's going to be tough. You just got to work your ass off.
Work that much harder. Shit. Hope you get that growth spurt.
Man.
Gonna need that growth spurt.
Don't know what to tell you because
study science and math.
That's some rough shit because that shit is, I mean, one thing.
So when I look back on
the steroids don't
I think people were using it
give you skill.
When we was coming through, there were some people using it.
They were, but it doesn't give you more skill though.
Anthony White at Thornwood. I'm not gonna say he was using it, but go ahead.
So it doesn't improve your skill. It can improve your athleticism, which can get you over the hump. But if you are an athlete and you're choosing to not,
well, if it's making your reflections, if it's making your reaction time quicker,
it still don't make you hit the ball.
That's if your reaction time is quicker. That's what hitting the ball is all about.
No, that's eye contact with the
hand-eye coordination. Reaction to the pitch that's coming.
It's still hand-eye coordination. It's still you got to hit the ball. I mean, it can make your muscles fire faster, but it ain't gonna make you hit the ball. Or shoot the ball. You might be able to shoot from farther, but it might not make it skillful. You still got to be very skilled.
True. That's true. I mean, that's true. I mean, in any sport, it's not necessarily the biggest, the strongest that
Right.
makes you necessarily the best.
Right.
And this is giving them, all sports are really wanting the margins though. And this is really giving them the margins. And the only way you can close those margins is by working twice as much as them. But then your body won't be able to recover as fast as theirs self. So you could probably be doing yourself harm by it.
And you probably can't work twice as hard as them because what they're taking is allowing them to work harder,
That's
longer,
what I'm saying. Their
and recover
body
faster.
That's what yeah.
So you got to improve your skill.
Facts.
You got to stay at the level of the highest athleticism that you can be, and you have to constantly improve your skill and fine tune and work on your skill.
I'd also say the mental aspect of the games too.
Absolutely.
Get into the details.
Yeah.
You know, because you can always
fine tuning.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about, that is mental.
Yeah.
More
definitely.
As well as physical, is mental.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, meditation, visualization, you know, any of those types of tools, you know, could help.
Apparently, I'm gonna have to take my computer and get it updated.
Your new one?
No. My Mac that I do the music and stuff on. I don't do that on this computer. But it just went like, what the hell was that?
Now there are therapeutic use exemptions. Kobe had one, I think, where they kind of would let you go to a doctor and they'll give you different types of treatments that's been approved. They say some people have ways of taking advantage of that, though. You know what I mean? Feign the injury so they can get the juice. You know, it's supposed to be strictly regulated, only using the medication as prescribed by a healthcare pro, fully disclosing the use of the medication to relevant sports authorities. See, this is what Haltertop could be hiding in his medical reports. In compliance with all tests, the guy could have been on the shit for the last 2 years. You know what I mean?
Well, he still has to release it to, the NFL has it, but not all the teams.
But how would you feel if we traded down and got Jaden Daniels? And he's sitting there with Jaden Daniels, and you could have had Justin Fields. I think at that point I'd be kind of pissed. I mean, you traded down for Jaden Daniels when you could have just traded down and kept Justin Fields. It's like, I think I'd be pissed at that point.
Yeah,
because they're saying Poles hasn't even decided on his QB yet. So
lukewarm. I'm lukewarm at this point. Like,
I thought he had his guy self. That they're leaking, saying that he doesn't even. The Bears don't. They're about to fuck this up. They're about to get that guy out of North Carolina.
Now, if they do that, I'm still gonna give them a.
I don't know.
See what happens.
I think if they.
What happens.
I think if they do
that, I'm still might be a Pittsburgh fan at this point. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
Not sure yet. He's done some good things, and we'll see. I don't know.
But to your point,
I don't know how we got on this.
There are legal supplements such as protein powders, creatine, and vitamins. They can aid in muscle recovery and energy levels. So you got to make sure, right, you're onto all that stuff, right, if you're a natural athlete.
Right. Because didn't what's his name get caught up with that? What was his name? The quarterback for the Bears.
Oh, no, he was juicing.
Threw for
Jim Miller.
No, yeah.
Yeah, he was juicing.
It was
juice.
It wasn't regular juice. It was a illegal substance.
That was his lie. He got suspended. I thought
because the substance was banned. But
Right.
to my point, it'd be stuff that they be taking. They don't know that the stuff is in there. They don't know
Oh, I
what's in
got
there.
you. So he claimed.
Right.
Motherfucker was throwing for 400 yards a game.
And they checked his piss.
Yeah, the league do that. In a
Yeah.
contract year.
We
They
used to
like,
say that all the
come
time. We'd be
on,
like, oh,
man.
wait a minute here. You see that? Check his piss.
Man, can you imagine self? Whatever job you guys are doing out there, if you can, I'm not saying you take meth, but if there's some sort of steroid you could take self and you're up for your review and you're up for your review after this year. You know what I mean? Self, you can take that for 1 year, boy, increase your productivity 35%. You know what I mean? There's people in the regular everyday world who would do it.
There's people in the everyday regular world that take steroids.
Yeah.
They'll never make it to the professional league or any of that. Man. Never professionally bodybuild and all that. They just, for some reason or another, they want what they desire and
But I would also say these athletes, these natural athletes, have to band together and find other coaches and trainers, make sure they're all, into the natural side of it. Right. So, and they have those training enhancements. Like, I don't see the leaping machine. I don't see the strength shoe. You know what I mean? And I know these things work. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta, man. Yeah, find you some training enhancements. Like Stalin said, he would be in the sand sometimes running. It's gonna be stuff like that he get through, because 60%, at least 50% of the people are natural right now, but they're probably not getting the big money, huh?
Yeah, and these numbers are just made up because they don't know because
it's
like
private.
we said, it's a whole lot of substances that could possibly be banned if they were
next year.
About.
Yeah. They asked Derrick Rose in the year he played against LeBron that year and LeBron hit that shot. They said, in the NBA, your peers, they said steroid usage, with 1 being what are steroids and 10 being I can't get enough. What number would you rate the NBA? This was back in 2011 or 2013. Your boy D Rose says 7.
Yeah.
It's basically like saying 70%.
Yeah. I'm not sure he knew that, but
why wouldn't he?
No, that 7 meant 70%. Yeah.
At that time. Because he's got his little kufu and his Muslim. He's been reading and stuff. Yeah,
he had to. Yeah. He's been injured and all of that. So to deal with that, he had to adjust.
Yeah, he's I saw him on
he had never been injured in his life.
Yeah, I saw him on a podcast and he was very intellectual. I was like, all right.
Meth Hoffa?
Meth Hoffa, yeah.
I said meth.
Yeah.
We've been talking about meth all day.
It's just as good.
Math.
Yeah, we had to do a parody on that. Meth Hoffa. Sitting around there acting like him, but on meth.
In the barbershop smoking the people.
You getting your haircut? Did y'all see that? I ain't slept in 4 days. He the barbershop, so he the barber too.
Cutting the hair.
Yeah. Sit still.
Who next?
Move. Yeah. I'm still in the chair.
Oh.
All right. Physiotherapy, regular physiotherapy can help prevent injuries. You do a lot of that. So I would suggest yoga, stretching, just make sure you're just doing, all that kind of stuff. And just hope that those who are doping aren't doing everything on top of what we're saying. And most of them probably are, unfortunately, aren't they?
Yeah, or some sort of something, some dancing, some ballet.
Yeah, they're willing to dope.
Sort of stretch. Yeah, they're willing to go all the way.
To your point, to your point. They're not laying around just taking.
You can't. It doesn't help if you just lay around.
Your money.
You're not just taking a shot. I mean, and you don't want to lay around on top of that. It gives you it turns on. If it turns on fight and flight, then it's releasing cortisol, which is bad, but initially,
long term,
for long term is bad. Yeah, that's what I meant. Exactly. And short term, it's got results. You lift a house.
Yeah, but there are ways. There's communities with the hallucinogens. There's a more holistic communities because what they said is the problem is, again, we don't talk about this stuff with the kids and the young athletes. They go in blind, and I made a joke of it, but then they meet same way they do with these drugs. They meet some plug on the street and they don't know what it is they're doing, what it does, how addictive it is. They have no knowledge of it
at all.
They don't know how to use it. You know what I mean? And and then and it's really killing their bodies. You know. Because the guy said they're starting as early as like 15, 16, bro. Imagine that.
Yeah, that seems like they're the whole boost in people coming straight out of high school. I think it lines up with that. I think it lines up with that. Because people didn't have the bodies to be able to play.
Those NBA bodies.
It'd be very few,
What about Shaq?
Dawkins. Shaq could have, but his old man wasn't gonna let him. Without the steroids, I don't think he took steroids. I don't know, but I don't think so. I don't think so. He was,
What about Bo Jackson?
6'8" at 13. No, I think if he wouldn't have got injured.
Cal Ripken.
See, baseball is a different sport. He could have.
He played a million straight games.
I'm not saying he couldn't have. But that's
Junior. Cal Ripken Jr.
It's not. That sport is not as, even though they play way more games, it's not as abrasive to the body.
You've never played baseball, anytime.
Yes, I played. Goddamn well I played baseball. And so I know it's not nearly as abrasive as basketball.
Football, not
but I got my worst injury.
In
high school. I didn't run somebody over. I should have ran him over, and I tried to avoid him and jumped and clipped my knee, and I landed flat on my back.
Hey, my baseball coach would have been standing over you, boy. He'd have been.
The problem, if it was any other base, I would have. It was first base, so that's why my instincts took over instead of my brain saying.
My coach would have been standing over you like King Von. Smack you, your knee would have been busted, smacking you on your helmet. Told you to run him over when you come down that line, baby. You gonna do it next time, baby. I bet you gonna run him over next time, baby. Boy, everything was a coaching moment for him. He wasn't just everything was a coaching moment, boy.
Yeah, it was I had a swollen spine. My lower spine was swollen, and it didn't take nobody hitting my helmet or any of that to know that I would run it the next time.
Yeah, because that was the other guy's learning lesson. He was supposed to get a learning lesson from you about next time how to do something different when he's standing on the base paths blocking the damn base. Bastard. Pete Rose with it, boy. But Pete Rose, they said Pete Rose was on speed here in the chat.
Yeah, I would have ran over Pete Rose. I didn't know this little boy. He's freshman, sophomore year. It was my sophomore year. Freshman. No, it was my freshman year.
No, you felt sorry for him?
No, I just.
What the hell's going on?
I thought it was better I didn't run him over because I thought I could beat it and be safe. And and once I left my feet, I was out of control out there. It was out of my control.
It happens.
And
it happens to the best of us.
I ran it. It's at second base the next time. And
all right, here we go with the poll question there, fella. Should the copper community consider PEDs human growth hormones? All right. Now, my case for this self is that, Black folk, we have a way of just right away saying, I'm not doing none of that shit. I'm not taking the vaccine. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not getting any vaccinations. I'm not, going to the doctor, you know what I mean? Like the Tuskegee experiment never happened. We have a way of immediately shutting down the white man's science and the white man's advancements. And this could not always be necessary in our advantage. That's all I'm saying. If human augmentation is in fact the future, and you guys, okay, so we say, all right, the followers, the goyim, they're going to get it done. They're going to get the chips right away. They're going to get whatever shots are necessary, the implants. They're going to be taking the HGH and, changing their bodies and their DNA to become, super employees, more efficient with the work that they do, to make more, money, to get more IOUs in their pocket. If you don't, on the other hand, you're not going to get hired. You're not going to, be able to compete in the, I'm just saying, I'm going to throw it to you. I'm going to throw it to you for your end before we do this. I'm just for your snipe, but I'm just saying stuff. And you might not be able to compete in the open marketplace, just like these athletes can't compete. Now, I'm going to a audition, you know what I mean? It comes down to me and some son of a jackass who's been using the PEDs. I'm in there with my dad bod, and he's in there looking like, one of those guys you named earlier. Who do you think they're going to pick? That's all I'm saying.
Depends on the role. Depends on the role. If it calls for a dad bod, then you got it.
Usher took off his shirt during the Super Bowl. Usher may be on steroids. He may have used them a little bit leading up to prepare for that show. I'm not saying he is. But that's my argument before I'll tell you what the poll says. And go ahead and lay down some balance and give the counter argument to our kids and our community using it so that we're not left behind, so that we can become super employees and super soldiers and super gang members and super students.
I would say time will be revealed that our gifts will be revealed to the world, and no steroid will even the playing field. I'd say that taking the steroid can take away your powers because it can change your DNA, which is what they're after with that type of substance. And what we have to do is know that who we are on this, in this space where we are, the simulation. I say it's a simulation. I know that I think my co-host doesn't agree completely with me, but
Matrix.
Yeah, this simulation, and know who you are, and we are the controllers of the simulation. And the steroids that they're using, they're trying to compete against our natural selves.
I mean, at some point, it's no different than taking NyQuil, bro. Over-the-counter shenanigans. Bayer, aspirin, big major corporation we all trust. Tylenol,
no, we shouldn't
another
trust
big
them.
major super corporation we all trust. We trust it
Bayer.
over the counter. They
We
got
should
children's
not trust
Tylenol.
Bayer.
We give it right to our kids. We
Yeah.
program our kids to like the same company. Bayer was my favorite. Me and my brothers used to talk about our favorite big painkillers.
Man.
As
Yeah.
kids, I
Right.
had Bayer.
The
Bayer was my
chewables, because
favorite
they had
big-
chewables. And they were sweet. They were sweet.
Yeah.
But Bayer has done some of the worst things ever. It's a German company.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's, my God. When
Yeah,
I
look
looked-
over all that.
And I looked into that.
Yeah,
I was at a big thing in the Midwest, and they had Bayer had everything. They were passing out stuff, and I come
Was
home.
the founder of Aganaki Jew? German
no,
Jew?
I doubt it. Very
You
seriously.
sure? Bayer?
I'm not sure. You're right, but I'm talking about the company. They might have took the company. They would have renamed it though. Look into them. What they've done. Oh my God.
Well, we're covering Boeing next week, so we can look into Bayer. Boeing self, they had a whistleblower, Deep Throat, came out there and you know. And then he testified in front of Congress, and then he had some more testifying to do. And then they said he deleted himself, and he had told his family and friends that he'd never delete himself. And if they said he deleted himself, that he didn't delete himself. So
of course he didn't.
Yeah,
of course he didn't.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Like the major people who could be testified against, all of the people that can testify against him.
But the city cop and the coroner, they're probably not spooks or not informants for the government or the shadow government. They showed up and looked at it and said the angle of the gun, and he shot himself, and that's what it is. The guy who was exposing Boeing shot himself.
What was the film? Damn. I'm trying to think of the name of the movie where they had the thing that actually made them put them to their head and pull the trigger.
Wow!
The strap.
Yeah, you could use a stick. Yeah, you could use a stick.
It was like a contraption that held it all together, put everything together, and when you pulled it, it made them do that. It made
so the splatter and everything's on.
It couldn't do anything. I mean, the angle and everything it'd be from their hand. Everything, residue, everything would be on there.
Yeah.
It was a contraption that made you do that. So,
I mean, if they slip something in your drink, they could have gloves on and hold the gun while you're unconscious and hold it at the angle.
That's not going to be way more convincible than when that happens and you fall down and the gun's still there, and when they take off the contraption or whatever, cut the wires loose and everything is still in place, like it happened naturally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But when you're running everything and you can just give people IOUs and say, hey, look, write it up like this, and you're up for judge, ain't you? You want to be judged, don't you?
More than likely happens more than anything out there.
How the kids, you got them in private school? They're getting their Oh, they're at Ray? Oh, that's a good school.
No, you don't ask them what school they're at. You tell them what school they're at.
A little suggestion there, huh?
Yeah. We know where your kids are.
They get out at 2:25, don't they? Get out at 2:25, don't they?
You make sure this report's written up just like I said.
Hey, was Junior looking for his English notebook? Yeah. All right. So Self Love made his eloquent argument. I made mine. I mean, I'm just saying, it's a certain type of technology. Maybe we can be open to the technology. We just get it to the Nation of Islam and different scientists that we trust. You know what I mean? And let them, ultimately make the decision. Is this good for us?
Well, we know it's not. So how about we get something that's specifically for us instead of using something that's mainly for them.
Yeah, I like that.
So we design
some sort of mixture,
something that's specifically for us.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it can be a balance, and it won't be illegal until they say it's illegal, and we don't say anything. It won't come up in any tests because they won't have a test for it.
All right, we're going to go to the poll. Should the copper community consider PEDs HGHs? First option is 100%. That science has come a long way. No one said 100%. So I think, obviously there's a disconnect here. You guys have to learn how to not bow to the will of the creator, and get in with the Baphomet, so you can get advancement at your places of employment, in your entertainment fields, But 0% said the science has come far enough where they think they would pump it to their children, pretty much. The next option, I'm going by order of percentage, lowest percentage to highest percentage. Next option, only under doctor/professional supervision. Now, this is the holistic approach I talked about. I watched a podcast. It'd be nice to talk to that guy. He made a lot of sense. Would I do it? Absolutely not. But he did make a lot of sense. It goes along the lines of people are doing it. So there's going to be a need for education. Bottom line. And if they are going to do it, well, wouldn't you want them to do it as safely as possible? So that option, 0% as well. So seems like the self-love nation, has some sort of aversion towards the pink man science. All right. The next lowest option response is only athletes, dancers, entertainers, etc. should do it. Now, this one surprised me. I thought this one was going to, have a little something. You know what I mean? 0 self-love. 0% sat there and said that, shouldn't pump it to your athletes, entertainers, and dancers so they can get generational wealth and then move out to the subway, move right to the subway. Moving moms and everybody else right to the subway.
I'm not
surprised. And then do very little for the community that they grew up in. And they'll do book bags and turkey drives and stuff.
Yeah, but if they do anything significant, then it all gets stripped. And
that's true.
They get debased.
That's true.
And then they get.
That's true. Unless they do it in the subway.
No, they got to do it in another country. Another country out there. They can do turkey drives and nothing significant, but.
All right. Yeah. The next lowest response, maybe. Okay. The response is maybe, because we may be at a disadvantage in the future. 33% said maybe. All right. And you want to sit there like, you know what I mean? Like this isn't an option. It's something we should look at in the future. You don't want to be old hat. You know what I mean? Don't want to get into the future.
Well, you might as well be transhumanism.
Had to say trans, huh?
Well, it just means change.
Be a bunch of misgenders. All right.
That's what I feel about all of that.
And then the bathroom. And then the highest response is 0%. My body is a temple. Fascinating response. 67% of the respondents. So it sounds like the Black community, we're going to be left behind.
The who? Yeah, the Black community is already left behind.
Copper community. We're going to be left behind.
No,
67% of them going to be clutching onto their Bibles, waiting for Jesus. Clutching onto their Bibles, singing Negro spirituals, waiting for Jesus to come down in Biden, waiting for Biden, to save them.
It didn't say 67% Democrats. It just said 67% people said, my body's a temple, and I'm not putting that in it. So stop equating it with that mess.
All right. Now, it may surprise you guys, but my response was, my body is a temple. I was one of the 67%.
So,
like I said, I wouldn't do it, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't suggest it for, my people, the community.
Right. Then, yeah, if I'm not going to do it, then I probably wouldn't suggest it for anybody.
Right. It might be good for them.
I'm
not going to go out and play basketball.
AI is going to, I don't, know about
underlay, AI.
The physical aspects of shit, but AI is going to take over a whole lot of things, manual things. So we gotta.
It's going to take over thinking.
On top of that,
people aren't going to think anymore.
It already has. People's devices and these devices we call
And
phones.
so I told somebody, man, we should start doing TikToks before they ban it because China is using it for spying. And so I be seeing physical Chinese spies all around Boeing, all around the base.
But hold
These
on.
motherfuckers in LA, boy, they be out here. Go ahead.
Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat. And the number one spying on people that use the platform.
Yeah, but those are Americans.
They've got reprimanded plenty of times.
But they're Americans.
They've done it much more than so.
What do you mean so?
I'm saying so. I don't believe America.
If somebody in my household is spying on me, that's a big difference than somebody across the street. No.
I'm wondering why the people in my household is spying on me.
Well, of course. I mean, yeah,
okay, but I'm not. All I know about the people across the street is everything you told me. So
China.
I might need to find out about them on my own because
all I'm telling
I
you,
can't believe everything you told me. You shown me that I can't believe you.
But all I'm telling you, is they coming across the border, and I'll be driving around, and there are certain places where you've never seen people walking, and they're trying to act like they're tourists and shit. And it's like bases and airports, and I'm like, oh shit. There's nothing I can do about it. But I was saying, Self, we can get on TikTok and walk up on people, right? We're not going to spoof them or do anything stupid. And just stand in their crowd. Go sit at their table when they're having dinner and drinking, and just start staring at your phone. It's got to be a table of them where they're already staring at their phone, or they're standing around staring. Just go stand next to them and see how long you can stand next to them before somebody realizes. Now, this guy didn't fit in. I don't even think they'd say nothing, Self. I think you could stare at your phone and walk around with them as long as you're staring at your phone. I think they'll feel like, oh, he must be here. They'll probably start texting each other. Who is this guy standing next to me staring at his phone?
Well, if we look like the crowd, maybe, but
it'd be a fascinating psychological experiment.
Yeah, because the people that look like us will probably be like, man, who is dude?
No, but that that's a good point. We would have to do different. Like, say if it's young white girls, we could send a young white girl to do it, see how long she could stand there versus you standing there, and change it up. Yeah,
we wouldn't be able to stand. They'd be looking like,
I don't know. We'll see. Because they.
Yeah, I guess I'm going by me.
When
I was part of the group. Then
when you want to make those generations feel,
but I don't even know. It'd be people around. They seem to be with somebody. Yeah, I let them hang and I'd say that.
So it used to be a time to make a stranger feel comfortable. You establish eye contact. You might nod or approach. Now, to make a stranger feel comfortable, you have to pull out a respectable phone. It can't be too old. You got to be able to pull out a respectable phone and do what, Self? Now they trust you. They'd be like, oh, he's respectable. He's got the iPhone, something or another, and he's doing stuff on social media. If I was a robber and I was a stick-up kid, Self, I'd be walking around, on the yard, Self. If we was into our shenanigans, had to fight somebody, I'd be standing around. You know what I mean? I mean, I wouldn't do it, but yeah.
It's a way it could be done.
So which one did you go with?
Oh, my body's a temple. Yeah, I was part of the 67%.
All right. So you guys heard it right here. Go into the community on TATN. We'd love to hear your response on that poll. It's a scientific poll. Desecration of the temple, or should we be left behind? Should we desecrate that thing out there? And as Brother Wordsmith said, sit around clutching the Bible, the Christian tabernacle, waiting on Jesus.
Nothing about.
I'm paraphrasing here.
No, you're completely telling her to fib. I didn't say anything about any religion or whatsoever. I was saying that everybody's not that. So,
all right. But he did say his body's a temple. All right. And what he said made a lot of sense. What he actually saying is we would be poisoning and blocking our natural blessings, our third eye, our true sense of self, our true connection with the one, with the creator, which would be weakening us and losing our power. They're trying to get some power and augment themselves so that they can kind of match what they know that we have, and we have seen and forgotten what we got. I think that's what he was saying in a nutshell out there. But the way I heard it was clutch on the Bible, listen to Negro spirituals, and have pictures of Joe Biden out here.
No, you didn't hear none of
You
that.
know what I mean? But
You
that's
gotta lose
processed
that.
it. Right.
Well, that's no, you didn't process that. That's
Or get left behind.
That's
It was
Mitch
a fast.
Trubisky out there. That's Mitch Trubisky processing out there. That's not no processing.
It was a fascinating discussion. But I will say, parents, coaches, man, we need to have these discussions because, man, like if I was coaching a high school team out there and they was on their juice and I'm winning state championships, I mean, I might look the other way. Tell those kids, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Baby.
No, we don't.
Your parents don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, we don't need the old coach from Hyde Park, the drunk bad news bears coach.
He wasn't right. No, he was all natural. William was all natural. He didn't cheat. No.
Yeah.
We outworked everybody. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what made us special. We outworked, didn't have the best equipment. We outworked everybody. Everybody thought we were doing something special. We weren't Cosby kids out there. You got to understand that William H. Ray School, we were considered poor. Okay, there was lab school and there was other schools around there. And yeah, it's all relative. Yeah, we used to have to get our equipment from the Blue Gargoyle. Yeah, it's unfair. They got all these nice bats and we can't use them. They be like, let them use them. So, well, William will go over there and politic that with the league, and we get to use those.
We mean like beat their ass with their own bats.
Yeah, and then they wouldn't bring them no more. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, it was a poverty rule.
Yeah.
Instead of supplying everybody with every bat stuff, they, had to degrade us and demean us and make us borrow the bats from the other side when they could have made all the pink people get together and put money together. They sent it to Africa.
We shared bats in the league.
Yeah,
we was in too.
Because they were sending all the charity money to Africa. Go ahead, bro. My bad.
we shared bats.
Yeah, it's unnecessary. We're sharing bats in America.
I mean, I didn't have no problem with it.
Yeah, because you've been programmed. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, like,
it's poverty.
When within the league we shared bats, but like if a team went off, then they got to use the bats. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they had bats.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, bats are expensive too. I hear they're even more expensive now.
When we went and played other people, we had pretty much the all-star teams had pretty much all the bats that within our range.
So we was whooping they ass with wood bats. This was when aluminum was first coming to play, and then the next season we was able to use their bats. Oh, I was like,
destruction.
Didn't even feel it. I was like, I didn't even need my batting gloves. You mean I don't need that?
I mean, it's a completely different thing. Like balls where the wood bat would break. You could get great contact with aluminum bat.
With a good aluminum, the ball would bounce right off the bat. So it was like it felt like it was bouncing off of it.
I'm talking about where it would break on a wood bat. Like you hit the ball in the same spot where the bat would break, and it'll be like
a shot.
Yeah, it'll be
right up the middle.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was mad, boy. I remember they used to be mad. All right, but it's life.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you gonna do? But fascinating discussion. Remember that PED usage, it's a multifaceted issue, and addressing it effectively requires considering these many social dynamics alongside individual motivations and health implications. If you have any feedback, questions, concerns, corrections, or suggestions for future episodes, feel free to contact us in the comments, or you can call or text us at 424-900-0945. That number's what?
Troll free.
Once again, that number's 424-900-6945. That number's what?
Absolutely, positively troll free.
Trolls get what?
Holes around here, homie.
We'll make you what?
Famous.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
Let's go viral.
That's right. All right. Now, we'd love to hear from you and learn more about your thoughts and opinions. Until next time, keep dreaming. Remember, ask not what our culture can do for you, but what you can do for the copper culture. As always, question everything. Why are Black people everywhere on
so-called
Earth? Yeah, so-called Black people. Every corner of the planet. And the story is the only reason we're there is because we were brought there by white people. Not only that, we outnumber them. But the story is they outnumber us. And it's genetically impossible. Oh, well, I don't know. Get these 10 hats off. But question everything. The Self Love Show ain't Kansas, Dorothy. Peer down these rabbit holes. Do your own research. Use discernment and caution, because sometimes when you stare into the abyss out there, then the abyss is going to stare right back at you. Peace, self-love, honor, and respect. Big ups to our sponsors. Midwest Festivals. Big ups. And Brother Wordsmith, the riddle. Let's see. I am not seen, but often heard. In the race to be the best, I am preferred. Though I promise strength and speed, I come with a cost more than greed. Use me once and you may soar, but beware, for each time you'll need me more. It does sound like crack. Sounds more like speed. Meth. Sounds more like meth.
Crack and meth is close.
Yeah, I mean, we could accept those answers. They wouldn't take it at William H. Ray, but they probably would have took it at Kosminski or Lewisworth or something like that. Those schools of lower public learning where, lower management.
They wouldn't take them there either.
All right. Fella. All right, they wouldn't take them at Lewisworth. Pick up Lewisworth, but Kosminski. All right. Self-love, you had your thumbs up. Hold on, let me see. You put something in the chat that I haven't confirmed yet. Interesting. Self-love said wind. What made you go with wind there, fella?
I promise strength and speed.
Let me be up front. ChatGTP came up with it. And the more I'm looking at it, it was probably hallucinating. You guys have come up with some fascinating answers. But the more I'm looking at it, I am not seen, but often heard. In the race to be the best, I am preferred. Though I promise strength and speed, I come at a cost more than greed. Use me once and you may soar, but beware, for each time you'll need me more. What am I? Starts with a P. It's literally today's topic.
Oh, PED.
Yeah, ChatGTP came up with it. I mean, I'm not so happy about it, but yeah, PED. I am not seen, but often heard. That's the part I don't understand. PEDs aren't heard, are they? But it is private. But no, that's the part I could have left out. In the race to be the
Because
best, I am.
That's the win. That's what the win I'm seeing, but not heard.
Yeah. But you don't see the win, you hear it. In the race to be the best, I am preferred. Though I promise strength and speed, I come at a cost. And that's probably why Ace didn't say meth, because speed is in the definition. So, I mean, I like both of you guys' answers better than, but it was PEDs.
Yeah.
Just thought maybe you guys would get it because of the general topic. But next week, you guys, on the Self Luv Show, Boeing Self, we got a deep throat, rest his soul, condolences to his family. Planes have been falling out of the air. And it was all about profit. It's all about profit. So a lot of stuff's been coming out about that company. You guys are riding those planes. You know what I mean? We're all riding them. And the people who work for Boeing say they wouldn't ride them, fly on them. So there's that. Yeah.
I bet, especially since they cut on 5G.
Yeah, well, maybe that's it. But Al Jazeera went undercover and was talking to their employees and stuff. And but they're discounting Al Jazeera because they're calling it a terrorist network. And I've listened to Al Jazeera, and I don't have any problem with anything. I didn't see anything that was offensive.
Right. It's just not owned by one of the 7 companies.
The Ish people.
It's more than just Ish people, but for the most part, though, yeah.
Yeah, that's their lane, right? I don't know if we can't say any of this.
Yeah, we can't. We didn't say anything. The Ish people. What's that?
Phone. He said P. Phone teaches all. Performance enhancing drugs, Dr. C. Yeah. Yo, club. Yeah. It's politics. I don't know what we're going to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. Man.
I know somebody's giddy and very, very happy on Mouthpiece.
Yeah. Now he's talking about they should get Jaden Daniels, and he never said this never said this dude was a generational talent. Never said Halter Top was a generational talent. I'm like, oh, come on, man.
I don't know about all that part, but I know he was trade Justin.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's ecstatic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I watch a little and then,
yeah, he's gloating. He's really feeling himself, so big ups though. He and Ace, they're like itchy and scratchy.
It's funny.
Yeah, those guys. But I don't know what they're going to disagree about now that Justin's gone. I guess we'll still be bringing up. We'll do Justin Fields reports. You know what I mean?
You ain't even got to do that for that part. They're gonna find something because he's not pro Bears to me.
No, he's not.
Right. So there's gonna be because Ace is pro Bears.
Yeah.
So
I think he said he grew up in Chicago, but he wasn't born there or something. It's something like I don't think his dad and them are. I don't think he's a second generational Bear. I didn't think
he was here when we were interviewing him or whatever. I thought he was out where you was at. So
yeah. No. Yeah, he's a second generational Bear. But you see LeBron?
Yeah, I read it to him. Yep. I was like, oh shit. You know him?
Until you ran into him, you didn't do that. I told you he went to Simeon. We talked about that all day.
Yeah, but I didn't think he was still here.
Gotcha.
That's the difference. I knew he was from here.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So without further ado, this brings us to my personal favorite part of this whole shebang. And y'all be blessed. That's Wordsmith's final words out there. Let me know if I need to lift the volume out there.
No, it's good. Yo. Indeed. Why FBAs are turned into PEDs? I don't know. Because it brings us to our knees. Just like every other disease that they brought to us to feed upon and make it better. They can't survive They trying to kill us, yet we still keep staying alive. It's all indoctrinated into our tribe. My DNA takes it all in stride. And they make steroids to mimic how my body heals. How we elevate in mind and skills. After all the pollution that they put into our communities, no matter how much monies we possess, how much disease they put upon us, it can never be enough. These PEDs they use to try to exceed our ability, but it can't. In reality, soon we will see all kinds of humility, because the tide's gonna turn when our powers return. And we still will be us. They scared that we gonna do them how they did us. Trust. It's gonna be a time of higher elevation, realizing they come from an alien nation. And we are the original people. Melanated, copper colored. There is no equal.
OG.
So keep us, cause we gonna keep growing. Let you know we all going to a higher plane. Live, learn, and maintain. Don't fall into the PEDs or no FBA. Do your genealogy so you know who you are and what you should say about yourself. Self-love, honor, respect. Words.
I didn't land on the Mayflower. The Mayflower landed on me. Nigga, get the land out of my pocket. Words.
And that ship was full of melanated people.
What are you talking about? The Mayflower had black people on it?
Yeah.
I know they said your boy was black. The one they said
Christopher Cologne.
Christopher Addicts.
Christopher Addicts, yeah.
Yeah. The ones that kicked off the Boston Tea Party. You think he was a spook?
He went, well, if he existed, he was
but Indian. I think he existed because they didn't tell us he was black. They didn't tell us he was black. Not at Wayne Major Race School, they didn't.
Well, I learned it when I was 9 years old. The first thing they taught us about
they
that.
Tell us he was black at Wayne Major Race School.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think he was white in the books.
I'm sure of that. And I'm just saying what I was taught.
I ain't never knew no black man last name Addicts. Still, only addicts I knew, they was on that crack.
Well, I found out about that about 8, 5, I don't even know, somewhere early.
Man, know thyself. I will eat the right food.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Y'all check out Kai Zodiac, man. He's bringing that fire, huh, Self?
Dope MC.
Man. Bullets. A boomerang.
Stand your ground.
Murder. Suicide.
Yeah, man. Eye for an eye.
Silence is violence.
See something, say something.
Slave theory. Greed, plus ego, over fear. Man, you're a slave.
Yeah, what you need to do is put some charity plus humility times love. It equals freedom. All circumstances.
Everybody can't help himself when you're able to release some of those IOUs to people who may need it more than you.
It's time to make the people aware. Man, know thyself. I will eat the right foods that I grow myself. The wrong way stole my
Question
health. I'm glad to be
everything.
Fear is an illusion, it's cap.
Vibrate, love.
And forgiveness, that's love's highest vibration.
So, do something charitable for a so-called enemy and end the beef.
Healthy people, poor thy people.
Yeah, we all know for sure that hurt people, they gonna try to hurt people.
Free,
Free Larry Hoover.
Free all the guys, man.
Prison is slavery. Man, move mountains.
Walk on water, move mountains. How you gonna do any of that, bro?
Well, the good books say all we need is the faith of a mustard seed. But what I know is we got way more than that. And look, every week, that boy coming down.
Word.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Being the one is just like being in love. No one can tell you you're in love, you just know it.
She killed that role.
Balls to bone.
Still got him.
Got mine.
Yeah, they said they didn't want to pay her. I think she from Shy.